wasting no time at all. Peace, my loves. Peace, peace, peace. We are live. Welcome to All Things Mastery broadcast. I am your host, Venus Scott, and we here talk all things mastery. We help individuals master their reality by what? Teaching them the tools, techniques, and teachings on how to get into alignment with what and who you desire, what you want to experience. So, welcome and loves to this All Things Mastery live class this Wednesday Rising. I hope you all are doing absolutely amazing. Y'all know. Well, some of you may know what we do here. We learn how to get into alignment for what and who we want, no matter what it is. And today is no different. But today is a little different because I'm excited to give you all, to share with you all what's going on today, what's going on in this masterclass, right? So today's masterclass is self-mastery framework. I'm going to be teaching you about the self-mastery framework for alignment. And if you do not know what that means, in simple terms, it means I'm going to show you exactly how, with these proven steps, how to get what you want, how to get who you want. And not only that, how to cultivate it, because you don't get to keep what you don't cultivate, right? So understanding how you create your reality or how you create your experiences, they matter, right? Holy smoke, how are you, Mary? How are you, Mark? How are you? How is your day? I hope y'all ready to learn something. Get your pen and your notepad ready, because I guarantee you the framework that I'm going to be sharing with you is going to help you get yourself in position to attract, manifest, create, whatever term you want to use. It is not all hoopla. These are proven, indisputable frameworks and practices. Hi, Caliber, how are you, my love? So these are proven systems and formula that's going to help you achieve what you want. Right? I want more things in life. Infinite gratitude for the support. Follow my love. I know I want some more things in life. I know I want more money in life. I want to be able to create more experiences. Gia, how are you, my love? I know there's still things that is in my belly that needs to be birthed, just like what's in your belly that needs to be birthed. And so I teach you these formulas that keep you achieving your desired goals, your desired dreams, outcomes in the proven way, the pure way. And not only that, more quickly. I show you how to do it more effectively, more efficiently, with the least amount of complications if you pay attention. And it's going to be effortlessly. Because I know I'm not the only one that's seeing people out in the world live their best life. I know I'm not the only one who is living out the experiences that I wanted to achieve. I said I wanted to become a best-selling author. Guess what? I'm a best-selling author. 4 books today. I said I wanted to join the military. I joined the military. I said I wanted to move out of the United States. I live in Thailand right now, the land of smiles. So I know there are things that you want to accomplish. However, if you never understand the how, if you never have proven systems and formulas, there's no way you can get there. So today I'm going to be showing you how to escape the poverty programs. And I know a lot of you are saying, poverty program, what is that? A lot of us, peace TMJ, how are you, my love? Robbie, how are you, my love? I know a lot of us don't even realize that we have dominant poverty programs. I know I had it. I had our baby. I was the master of poverty programs. Okay. I can tell you all how it is to be in poverty. I can tell you all about how it is to be in lack. Peace, Big Chef. How are you? I can tell you how it is to be homeless. I can tell you all about how it feels to not be able to provide for your children. I can tell you all about those things. And like many of you, I understand, right? So today I'm going to be teaching you the third framework. I have several proven indisputable frameworks, but today I chose the best one to teach you. So if you listen, if you learn, if you open up your mind, infinite gratitude for sharing the live out. If you open up your mind and open up your heart to receive, you will put yourself in a better position to attract and to manifest and to create the experiences that you want, right? And here's the thing that makes it effortlessly: your conscious is always awake. It's always running 24/7, 24/8, 365 days a year. It's always running. And so, whether or not you accept what I'm saying, you are already going to receive the seed that I am implanting in you. And trust when I tell you, you're going to water these seeds, right? So this self-mastery framework for alignment is a neuroscience backed formula, right? And teaching you how you create your reality, why you do the things you do, why you say the things you say, why you choose what you choose, why you don't choose what you choose. And so, if you do not understand these ecosystems, guess what? Your life is going to continually down spiral, because one of the universal laws is the law of rhythm, the law of reciprocation, the law of cause and effect. You get what you give. So nothing stays the same. Everything moves, and there's always an exchange happening, whether you're aware of it or not. And so that is the very first key in mastering self and mastering your reality, is understanding that you need to be aware. How much more effective will you be if you had the proven formula to create on demand? Right? Craze, how are you, my love? How much more effective would you be if you had the proven formula to create on demand? Wouldn't that save you a whole lot of time, heartache, save you a bunch of money, save you exhaustion, save you from getting frustrated and overwhelmed and all of those things? So, what I'm going to be explaining to you and how to escape the poverty dominant program that some of you may know you have, but then a lot of them don't. Gelato, how are you, my love? So, this is the framework that is creating your reality. And when you know what's creating your results, you know how to reverse engineer it so you can get the results that you want. So this master class is going to be about thought, emotion, feeling, actions, which create your cycles of the results that you receive. So if this is your first time here, put a new soul. New soul, put new in the comment section so we can properly welcome you and we can properly greet you, because I always am so amazed with connecting with new people that want to elevate in life, with new people that don't want to be miserable, with new people that want to actually have the experiences that they want and less of what they don't. So here we participate, we engage, we like, we share, we make sure you hit your daily heart meet, and we continue to elevate as the collective, okay? Participation is amazing. Right? Remember the law of exchange. You get what you give. So anytime you have an opportunity to do the smallest amount of things, it is going to return to you, be reciprocated to you 1,000-fold. So engage with the comments, ask questions, speak to one another. Redbone, how are you, my love? Right? And if you feeling grateful, by all means, I have a gift goal, right? And so I just wanted to give you a friendly reminder, just for all of you who may be new here and all of you who may forgot. Rockaway, how are you, my love? What I use in all of my live master classes is repetition. I use the power of repetition. Why, Venus? because repetition reinforces your new programs that allow you to feed what you seek to grow, right? What you seek to grow. Remember, in the beginning, I said I'm going to be showing you the exact formula how to escape the poverty programs that you have. So, using repetition, tell the truth. Infinite gratitude, my love. Thank you for getting your heartbeat in. I love it. Infinite gratitude. So, using the law of repetition helps to embed new programs that's going to begin starving the old dominant programs that a lot of you have, which is one that we're focusing on tonight, which is poverty. Right? So you're going to hear me repeat certain things like what you feed gains power and what you starve loses its power. So don't be alarmed and don't be dismayed and understand that everything I do is intentional. Right? So I hope you all are paying attention. What you repeat, you remember. Y'all remember in school where we had to write down, where we had the vocabulary, we had to write down when we had spelling bees and you had to write down one of the words 10 times, 100 times. And some of y'all remember y'all mom was punishing y'all, making y'all write down certain words and definitions 100 times. Sharon, how are you, my love? Welcome in, Moni. Right? So the law of repetition, it works without you even knowing it. When you use the law of repetition, especially when you're using positive affirmation, positive programmings, new programmings, nuances, it starves the old dominant programs that is keeping a lot of y'all stuck in poverty, that is keeping a lot of y'all stuck at the miserable jobs, that is keeping a lot of y'all stuck in association with people, places, and things that you know ain't serving you no good or higher purpose. Why does this matter? I want y'all to listen to this part. Why does repetition, repeating positive things over and over and over again? Repetition rewires the neurological system. If you know me, you know that one of my core teachings I pull from neuroscience, right? Repetition rewires your brain. It strengthens your neural pathways and reinforce your new identity. Because how many of you know you can't create a new life with your old identity? You need a new identity. And so the more you repeat and enforce your new affirmations, your new goals, your new dreams, infinite gratitude for the support, follow Aries. And the more you repeat these things, because sometimes you're not going to always feel like it. Let's just be real. In my community, I posted one of my journal entries, which I support transparency, right? So enforcing new identities, right? Whether it is in business, manifesting, mastery, retention, that is rooted in repetition is going to manifest and materialize. Now, I know a lot of y'all heard that it's mind over matter. It's not mind over matter. It is your thoughts that create matter. What is matter, Venus? Matter is everything you see that is tangible. This is a form of matter. So when I say repetition, the more you repeat healthy things, the more you repeat the stories that you want to live, your thoughts begin to materialize into matter. The only way your thoughts can materialize into matter is that you strengthen them. So how do you turn the thoughts? How do you change? How do you turn your dreams, your aspirations, all the things that you want to experience into matter, right? You learn the practice of repetition, because the more often you engage with higher frequencies, higher levels of consciousness, higher thoughts, behaviors, the more it becomes your new identity, because the old identity isn't working anymore. Infinite gratitude. Drawn, drained. How are you, my love? Peace, peace. Miss Outshine, how are you, my love? Welcome in to all of you who are new to me. Real quick, my name is Venus. I am a self mastery educator and mentor. I teach you all things mastery so you can create the life that you desire, right? Because a lot of qualified mentors, a lot of qualified coaches, I'm talking about the big boys and the big girls playing in the big leagues, you don't have access to them. And so a lot of them are my mentors, right? Whether they know it or not, some of them I've invested into their program. So trust me when I tell you I am teaching you indisputable core facts and principles that can change your life. However, on the flip side of that, you have to be willing. I'm going to give you the proven formula, but you have to be willing to do the work. And the most spectacular part is you have me to help you along the way. You don't have to do it yourself. I think this message is just for me. Ashe, tell the truth. I love the truth. The truth will set you free. I don't care if the truth make you say ouch, if the truth make you say oopsie daisy, if the truth make you say well damn. It does not matter as long as you embrace the truth, because the truth really will liberate you. Because we've been taught a lot of lies. We've been taught a lot of lies. So before we get into the good stuff, let me just say this because I have to. So please bear with me. All content within this program, including but not limited to lessons, teachings, exercises, frameworks, blueprints, audios, visuals, the materials, property, methods, cause, titles, digital downloads, presentation slides in this intellectual property of me, Venus Scott, and is protected under the U.S. copyright law, Title 17, United States Code, international copyright treaties, and applicable intellectual property laws. How many of you know you got to protect you? How many of you know you got to protect your intellectual property? How many of you know you have to protect your energy? The same way you protect your energy, the same way you protect you, the same way you protect your children is the same way you protect your gifts and your skills, because they are yours and they have your unique thumbprint. And we're not going to act like there aren't robbers in this world. We're going to act like there are not patronizers in this world. We're not going to plagiarize, pardon me, in this world. We're not going to act like there are people who will rob, steal it just to get something that you have so they can profit off of it, right? So thank you so much for letting me share that important fact with you. Because listen, I learned. Unfortunately, I didn't learn the hard way. But how many of you know you can learn by other people's examples? And it's been too many examples where people are just getting taken advantage of left and right because they didn't take certain protocol, and it only took about a minute. Right, Tiffany? Right, Tiffany? How you doing, my love? Yes, Ashe. So it is my pleasure and it is my honor to connect with you on a deeper level and forge these beautiful connections. Because how many of you know that's something that's missing with us? The forging of healthy relationships, whether that be romantic, platonic, family, friend, right? Or reforging relationships that we hold dear to us that we're not ready to separate, right? And we do that by being honest, by being transparent, by having integrity, respect, and living in our authenticity, right? Having compassion, right? And being willing to receive and give wise, righteous, pure, just correction. So, for those of you who are new to me, let me just let you know. I don't just pull things out of thin air. I've been practicing self mastery and I've embodied self mastery. I still embody self mastery for the better part of 15 plus years. And my core mastery teaching stems from metaphysics, energetics, quantum physics, neuroscience, manifestation, laws, universal laws and principles, including attraction, including conscious creation, including mental reprogramming, neurological reprogramming, sacred teachings of the ancient divine, right? nervous system rewiring, and energetic coding. So when I tell you self mastery is my jam, self mastery is my jam. Okay, I will. There ain't nothing I teach you is gonna mislead you. Ain't nothing I teach you is going to mislead you, and I'm standing on that, right, with all my essence and being, right. So with that being said, I am also known for my signature teaching, which is accelerating. It allows you to accelerate your healing. Because how many of you know it is a grave misconception that you're always going to be healing? I don't know, and I don't know who ever created this term that you're always going to be healing. We, my love, are connected to the most infinite source of creation in life. How can we be co-creators with the infinite source of life, with God? How can we be the offspring of God? How can we be this powerful? Do you understand how your mind is created, how your body can heal itself on its own? Do you understand the ecosystems? How can we be this phenomenal and this extraordinary and also purpose to suffer all the time? Come on now. We have to make sense of things. We have to start asking questions. We have to start asking questions. We have to start rejecting shit that don't make no sense. And the only way it can make sense is if you're in tune with your inner sense, your intuition. Because the only people that can be bamboozled are the weak-minded and weak-willed. Keeping up with Kyla. How are you, my love? So, what you feed gains power, and what you starve loses its power. What do I mean? What happens when you stop feeding a plant? We even if you're not a plant mom or a plant dad, what happens when you stop feeding a plant? What happens when you stop feeding yourself? What happens when you stop nourishing your children? Guess what? They're going to lose their vital life force. So when I say I trademarked this method, what you feed gains power, and what you starve loses its power. What does that mean, Venus? Meaning, if you learn to starve the old negative programming, the old negative beliefs that you've adopted and accepted and are operating with, if you start to starve those negative, unhealthy relationships by separating yourself and removing yourself, if you start to disassociate yourself with even low vibrational music that you're listening to, that, my love, is called starving, because we are energy, and the energy that you feed gains power. Also, the energy that you starve loses its power. And a lot of us are unknowingly feeding energies that we no longer want to exist. And we wonder why. Hey, sis. Hey, Tanya, how are you, my love? Blissful rise, right? And we make all type of rhyme, reasons, justifications as excuses as to why we still listening and why we still engaging in all of these toxic, foolish lives, talking about who's the leader, who's the real leader of the household, who's supposed to lead and who's supposed to follow, what men really want. All these women is talking about feeding. What am I supposed to do? Who am I supposed to be? How am I supposed to dress? What do I like? I mean, get a clue. Get a clue. I'm going to give you get a clue, right? So everything that you're doing, you're feeding or you're starving. What if you knew how to starve what you no longer wanted? This is what this live is all about. And I'm going to teach you that, right? You automatically rewire your old dominant programs when you begin to starve the things. It's just like a person that wants to be more healthier. When you start incorporating more healthy foods, Tanya know this. Oh, she's a certified nutritional coach. When you stop feeding yourself the sugars and the candies and the processed foods and all the things that's not healthy, guess what? You expect your body gets rejuvenated, your organs gets rejuvenated, your cells get rejuvenated. They start to repair a lot faster. You start to have more energy and more vitality. The same goes for if you continually feed your body what it doesn't want and need. And it constantly tells us, if you keep feeding yourself unhealthy fats, if you keep feeding yourself sugars and all of these different things, guess what? You're going to continually lose vitality. Your organs and your cells are going to have to work in overtime, right? I don't know about you, but I don't like working overtime. I didn't like working overtime in my job. I didn't care how much they was going to pay me, baby. It ain't worth it ain't worth me getting my beauty sleep. It wasn't worth me getting my beauty sleep. So I don't know about y'all, but I wasn't working overtime for not no near body. I'm good. So that's what that simply means. And it's not physics, right? I mean, pardon me, it's physics. It's just the indisputable truth. It's physics. It's not mysticism. It's not theory, right? It's just pure physics. It's science. So, how can you stop going down endless rabbit holes of re-traumatization? Because that's what some coaches going to tell you. You need to heal your inner child. You need to heal those wounds. You need to heal your mommy issues and your daddy issues, right? Some of us are 40, 50, 60 plus still talking about, I got to heal my wounds. I'm still healing. I'm on my healing journey. I'm taking time for myself. Doing what? How are you still healing? What that lets me know as an expert self-mastery coach and mentor is that, baby, you're being taught by the wrong mentor. You're being educated by someone who isn't educated. I just had to do a little twirl on that. And then it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Because today is what matters. Okay. We done with yesterday. Okay. We not repeating what we done yesterday. Okay. You are not always healing. Will you have to heal from something at some point in the future? Probably. But the idea that you have unknowingly accepted that is causing you distress is that you are always healing. How do you want to create a new reality if you're still broken? Because that's what always healing means, is that something is still broken. You're not broken. Victoria, how is that Victoria? Is that Victoria? Victoria? I hope I pronounced that right. How are you going to create the reality that you want? How are you going to attract more money? How are you going to take the vacations that you want? How do you think you're going to do all of these things and you still are broken? Tell me how you're going to do these things. You see how we have to use our inner sense, because logic sometimes will deceive you, because some people can sound real logical, but it's really foolish. Do you understand what I'm saying? Really, really foolish. So we're going to stop that today. Type in the comments right now. We're not broken. I want you to type it in the comments right now. I'm not broken. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are not deceived. You are not speak these things. And when I tell you to write things down, it is for your good. I still do the work. I know how powerful the work is. Ashe, I see you, Big Chef. I'm not broken, because you're not. You are not broken. And the moment you realize that, you will better understand how you can create the life that you desire, right? So, before we really get into it, I don't know about you, but I like to give honor to the Creator. I like to give honor and boundless gratitude to the infinite source of life and creation, as well as nature, for allowing us yet another opportunity to get it right, another opportunity to get it better. I like to give boundless and infinite gratitude for us, showing up for us. Infinite gratitude for granting me the honor of being an inspiration to you. Infinite gratitude for you sharing your beautiful energy with me. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And as always, I take you through the journey. Blissful Rise Trade, Mom. How are you, my love? As always, I take you through the journey into the core interplays between what you desire and manifesting what you desire. Because how many of you know without no destination, you ain't getting there? Without no formula, you're not getting there. This is basic chemistry. This is basic chemistry. Do you understand? Certain elements don't work well together, and there are certain elements that do work well together. And so I give you the indisputable proven elements that work together that has been proven. Do y'all understand there are people that are not in poverty? Do y'all understand there are people not robbing Peter to pay Paul? Peace, conscious, peace, Kirk. How we doing? How we doing this rising? How we doing, Kirk? We wonderful? We beautiful? We amazing? Right? There are people that are not struggling that got it. There are people that used to struggle, that used to be in poverty, that is no longer in poverty. There are people that used to rob Peter to pay Paul, but now they're paying Peter and Paul to work for them. There are people who are not broken anymore, but they are actually healed. There are people who are not profoundly ignorant, but profoundly wise right now. So don't tell me that it's not possible. And these steps, why? Because wisdom and psychology says that understanding your unique design is imperative to how you experience life. I know they told you who you wasn't. I know they told you who you were. And I know you have accepted that because there was once upon a time I accepted the fact. My guardian didn't know any better. I would never forget the time that she called me stupid. I was just stupid. I was dumb. I was blacky. I was all of the things. You understand what I'm saying? And because I was young, growing up, I unknowingly fed that dominant program, right? Until I came to a decision, infinite gratitude, get your daily heart meeting. Until I came to a decision on my own and said, you know what? I reject that. I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. I'm not illiterate. I don't have no learning disabilities. I'm going to prove, it started with me proving to her that I am smart, right? I can spell. I know definitions, right? So I know a lot of us have adopted programs that didn't serve us even to this day, but I'm here to break every dysfunctional program that you have. I have not only come to just inspire you and motivate you. I come to help you transform. I come to disrupt every dysfunction that's in you, and it's not going to feel good. So if you're sensitive, by all means, please don't be, because growth requires you to be uncomfortable sometimes. Nurse, how are you, my love? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. So these are facts across the expert disciplines of psychology. Those of you who understand a little bit of psychology, personal development, and finances, wealth, behaviors, whatever it is. So my main goal is to help you understand that you don't have to keep experience the 5 top pain points, which is financial insecurity, purpose and fulfillment, emotional and mental displacement, love, not having love connections and not feeling belong, right? Dealing with health and energy and vitality. I came to teach you that you don't have to do these things anymore. Ashe. So I want you to understand that. I need you to understand that that's the purpose that I'm here for, right? People who never have enough money to live the life that they desire, they stay broken, they stay unhappy, they stay miserable, and they stay unfulfilled, right? People who never feel like they don't have a place in their families, in the world, and society feels lost. They feel lost. They don't know what they're here for. because they haven't been reminded of who they are and the divine purposes that they are here to fulfill. And it's magical. I'm here to talk to the people who feel like they're unlovable or they have closed up their heart chakra. Do you understand what I'm saying? So these core pain points of people, these core pain points that most of us have, I come to correct those. Okay. First and foremost, you need to know. I was once all of those people, like I said. I had daddy issues, I had mommy issues, I had loneliness issues, I had abandonment wound issues, I had separation, anxiety, depression, I had suicidal attempts. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I need you to know that I can relate because I was once her. I was once there. I was once there, like many of us, stressed, overwhelmed, not knowing what to do, where to go, where to start, where to end, what. I was one of those people. So in many cases, we don't have issues with fundamentally understanding what we want. A lot of us know what we want. We're wise beings. A lot of us know what we want, right? We just have a proven system or solution issue. So you know what you want, you just don't quite understand how to get from point A to point B without continually falling down these loopholes of re-traumatization, revisiting old wounds, giving up, etc., etc. Hi, Auntie Joyce, how are you? So, in truth, some of us are unknowingly addicted to survival syndrome. Some of us are unknowingly addicted to struggling. We're addicted to toxic people, places, and things, and we don't realize it yet. We're addicted to hustling backwards because that's all we knew growing up. Hustle. You gotta hustle. You gotta hustle. You gotta work 10 times harder than him. You gotta work 10 times harder than her. You gotta be 100 times better than him or 100 times better than her. So I understand the dominant programs that most of us are addicted to because that's what they taught us. They taught us to compete against one another. They taught us that we need to be better than one another. They taught us that if you don't have that, you're not qualified to do this. They taught you that you needed certain things in order for you to elevate. They programmed you to be a slave. Y'all feel me? Let me know if you feel what I'm talking about, right? We know. We know we're driven. We know we have drive. We know we want a better life. We know we don't want to keep working for the same master. We know we're miserable at our jobs. We know we don't want to work the second and third job that a lot of us are working. Let's keep it all the way transparent because transparency is what's going to help you. Right? We know that we want to create beautiful experiences for our children, for our loved ones. We know that we don't want to keep abusing our bodies. We know that we don't want to keep not being disciplined. We know all of these things. We know we want to spiritually elevate. We know we want to be healthy. We know all of these things. So we don't have a knowing problem. We have a system and formula problem. And that's where I come in, but only if you invite me. So, do you invite me into your world for a little bit so I can teach you? Do you? Am I invited? Put a yes, yes, yes in the comment section if I'm invited and welcome into your vortex so I can teach you these proven methods so you can stop struggling, so you can get off that struggle bus. Okay, because that's what we want. We want you to get off. We want you to get off that struggle bus, right? I see you tell the truth. I see you, Big Chef. Thank you. I see you, Miss Outshine. Yes, yes, yes. I see you. I see you. So listen, because I'm only gonna be where I'm invited. I only come where I'm celebrated, and you are celebrated over here. You are welcome over here. So listen, your reality is not random. Your reality isn't random. It is the echo of your inner program that's the issue. You want change for your life, but you first must change what creates it. How many of you know that you cannot change a problem from within a problem? You have to be the one that has the advantage point. You can't see outside the box if you're spending all day, every day inside of the box. Joe, how are you, my love? Right? And so this is what this formula teaches you. Today, we're going to be diving into one of the most powerful frameworks in neuroscience and self-mastery. And I'm giving you the step-by-step map on how your inner world becomes your outer experience. Can we say that again, just so the ones in the back can hear? Today, I'm giving you one of the most powerful frameworks in neuroscience and self-mastery, the step-by-step map on how your inner world, your internal world creates your outer world. Because your outer world is just a mere reflection of your inner world. Nothing happens externally before it happens internally. And I need y'all, my love, to understand that. So again, peace, peace, peace. Welcome into All Things Mastery, where you are a master of self. You are a master of self. You are a master of self. Just like Oprah was handing out cars in the back in the day. You get a car, you get a car. No, you're a master of yourself in reality. You're a master, Joe. You're a master. You're a master, Miss Outshine. You're a master, Big Chef. You're a master, Tell the Truth. You're a master, Auntie Joyce. You're a master, all of you. So I don't take your presence here lightly. I don't. I understand. So the purpose of this masterclass was created to help you understand what's actually shaping your experiences, your day-to-day experiences. I'm going to tell you why you are still working a job where you no longer are excited about, where you are still doing things that you no longer are passionate about. I'm going to help you get unstuck, because let's be honest, you've been thinking positive, you've been doing your best to stay high vibrational, listening to good music, listening to the frequencies, speaking your affirmations. You've been journaling, and you've been visualizing, you've been manifesting, you've been doing all the things. You've been listening to all of the great mentors, right? And you desire what you desire: more income, more wealth, more peace, more alignment, more acceleration, more mastery, all of the things. And I get it. I've been there too. Because I used to do the same thing. But I didn't realize that it wasn't me that was it wasn't that I wasn't taking all of the actions, right? It wasn't none of that. It wasn't that I was overwhelmed. It was that my neural system was misaligned. My mental programming was defaulted. It was just negative. I didn't understand neuroscience back then. I didn't understand how important my nervous system was back then. And I couldn't no longer blame my mother, my father, my sisters, my brother. I couldn't blame my teachers. I couldn't blame my friends and my family. I couldn't even blame the projects that I grew up in. It was time out for that. It was time for Venus to become a master of self and stop being the victim, because I was a master at being the victim. I did not like taking accountability and responsibility for my life, especially when it was fucked up. Can somebody say amen in the comments? I'm being transparent. I was a master victim, okay? I used to work it, and I used to work it. I didn't like being accountable and responsibility. I just didn't. That just wasn't me. And so one day it came to be clear as day, because it wasn't like I didn't have confidence. It was just I couldn't have confidence and not have confidence at the same time. I had to pick one. So it was then in that moment that I choose that, you know what, I'm not going to be the victim no more. I'm going to be the victor. I'm not going to walk around here like I don't have no power, like I'm powerless. I'm going to walk around here like I am powerful, because that's what I was created. And I made that decision way before I even dived into self-mastery. So this proven cycle, right? Thought, emotion, feeling, action, result framework is the missing link for many of your problems. It is your path to healing, accelerating your healing. It is the path to accelerating your manifestations. It is the path to accelerating your overflow. How many of you would like some overflow right now? How many of you put in the comment section if you can use some more money right now? It don't matter why you want it. But how many of you can use some more money right now? Lotus, how are you, my love? Hi, honey. How many of you can use some more love right now? Some more peace right now? Thank you for telling the truth, telling the truth. Okay. How many of you can use some more beautiful friends that support you, really support you, that pour into you and not just suck you dry? How many of you can use a vacation without having to plan a whole year in advance for it? Tanya, yes, I see the overflow. Big Chef, I see me. How many of you don't want to work for the job that you're working for? You want to work for yourself. You don't want to punch no clock no more. I retired myself 3.5 years ago because I knew 20 years ago that Venus, one day you're not going to want to work for nobody. So guess what I did? I started digging deeper into the inner core systems that I'm teaching you now. This is how I put myself in position not to rob Peter to pay Paul, but to have exactly what I need when I need it, to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Hence, I said I wanted to move out of the United States and I'm in Thailand. That's what I'm helping you to do. So this is for visionary healers, coaches, soul-led entrepreneurs, those of you who want to get off that dysfunctional cycle hamster wheel that massa told you you need to run until you die. Baby, I'm talking to you. I'm going to help you get free. Why am I getting all of these requests to come in? I'm not accepting requests with all due respect. No, 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 no. We're teaching. We're teaching. We teaching. We learning something. We getting free right here. Don't come around here disrupting. Okay? Be gone. Okay. So if you feeling stuck, right? If you just damn near ready to give up, this is definitely for you. Let me ask you a quick question. How many of you have ever felt like your mind like you want success? You want to run a business. You want to do something you like. Not only run a business, you want a profitable business. Whatever it is, you want consistent money flow. Please. Ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. I gotta buy me a tamarine. Tamarine, come get you some. Tamarine, come get you some. How many of you, right? How many of you, right? Y'all want more of whatever, and you should want whatever you want. You want to know why? I'm going to remind you, you deserve it. You deserve every happiness. You deserve every joy. You deserve not to be on that damn hamster wheel because you've been riding it, running it backwards and forwards, up and down for years, and it is time out for that. Now, I'm not saying go quit your job. What I am saying is that the prerequisite, the prefix for alignment, because this is all about alignment, what I'm teaching you. Still, how are you, my love? Welcome into the live. I'm not the prefix to alignment is align. In order for you to be aligned in alignment with consistent money flow, consistent people around you that's going to support you and pour into you, consistent opportunities that allow you to elevate, which you just had. Can you imagine having to choose between so many opportunities and they all great? I mean, can you just imagine? I mean, it's like, wow, all of these opportunities and I get to pick anyone I want. All of them are great. All of them have benefits. All of them are going to serve me. Can you imagine? I want you to get that in your head. You deserve it, my loves. How many of you feel like your results are not matching your intentions? What you intend is not matching your reality. And your receipts will never lie. Receipts never lie. I know sometimes them restaurant receipts lie when they be tagging on them damn gratuities and all these funky ass taxes that they be tagging on that aren't even in existence. But how many of you know the receipts of your existence, the receipts of your reality is never gonna lie to you? So if you ever question where you are in life, just take a look, take a pause. Take a breath. and really examine where you are. Start getting uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. We have to stop this. You have to put in the work. There's no hopscotching around certain required steps. There are universe principles and laws, galactic laws and principles that govern us all, and no one is excluded. It doesn't matter if we are female or male. Welcome in, my YT family. It doesn't matter what status. It doesn't matter how many degrees you have or don't. It doesn't matter if you are a high school dropout or not. It doesn't matter if you are single or in a relationship. None of us are excluded from universal laws and principles. Wouldn't it be wise for you to at least understand the fundamentals of them? Somebody type yes, yes in the comments. Wouldn't that feel better? Wouldn't you feel better if you at least understood the fundamental practices? Right? We're about to walk through exactly why things happen that you don't want to happen. We're going to walk you through this because I myself had to realize what the signals that I was sending to the universe. I had to realize why I kept getting no good men in my life. I had to realize why I kept exchanging sex for love. Well, for any type of love. I really didn't care what type it was because I had daddy issues, because I didn't experience the type of love that some people experience from a father. Jamie, how are you, my love? I had to realize how dysfunctional I was. And because the universe don't care so much about who I was, the reasons, even though the reasons was relevant. Understand that infinite gratitude for your daily heart mate. Understand that the universe only responds and adheres to, and it is only responsible for the principles and laws that it create. It didn't matter the reasons why I was doing what I was doing. I was still held responsible. I still got what I gave, even in my ignorance. Your ignorance is costing a lot of you your very essence. Some of y'all, when I offer these beautiful trainings, I say, hey, come join the Infinity Circle, come join the Master Program. I'm giving you one of the principles that I teach and people pay me for, and I'm giving it to you. And sometimes our mindset is so impoverished. This is why I say a lot of us are addicted to poverty and struggling, and we don't even realize it. Why in your right mind, wrong mind, whatever mind you have, would you accept that? Why would you do it? You know you being worn out and torn down. Why? I'm gonna show you. I ain't gonna just tell you, okay? So I invite you to open up your mind, open up your heart. Because a lot of things that I might say is gonna trigger your cognitive dissonance. Like I said, because there's a lot of old dominant programs that we about to start starving right now. Okay, and I mean that we are about to start starving them right now, and I need you to understand. So let's get it, 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 let's get it. Come on, let's get it. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? You ready? You ready? Come on, I'm telling you, y'all better get excited. Y'all gotta get excited. Y'all gotta get excited. You gotta put in the work. So the framework, the very first framework I'm gonna be telling you about is, what is a framework? First of all, a framework in the simplest terms is a structured system that is going to help you move from point A to point B. Move from your old identity to your new identity. right? It is a map for transformation. Infinite gratitude, Terry, right? It is guiding your thoughts. These frameworks guide your thoughts, they guide your emotions, they guide your feelings, they guide your energy, they guide your actions. And this is how you get the results. So, this is not a shortcut, it's a sacred structure that supports your evolution, okay? Because I'm living my best life and I want you to live your best life. Why is this important for you to know? Why do you need to understand what frameworks are? Why do you need to understand it? Because for me, I'm all about the core. Because until you understand what's going on in the core, the exterior is gonna stay the same, get worse, not better. Do you understand? So I teach core principles, core frameworks, core systems. The ones that the big girls and the big boys and the big billionaires and the big trillionaires use. Okay? Those are the principles that I teach. Let me just do this little puzzle real quick before we get into it so I can let TikTok know. I don't know. I'm not even using a backdrop right now. Okay? TikTok, it's me. It's me. I'm live. Okay. I'm not a bot. I'm not a bot. Okay. I am the OI, the original intelligence. Okay. Let's get that clear. Okay. So I'm going to be teaching you the frameworks that ground you, right? So these frameworks give you clarity. You cannot request something that you haven't defined. So frameworks and systems give you clarity. What steps am I in? And what's next? Because a lot of us know what we want, we just don't know how to get there. We don't know the path. Get your pen and paper because I'm telling you the path, the proven path. Those who will, those who won't, and won't, and I'm here for the ones that will. Framework give you structure. No more dependent on how you feel. Because how many of you know that you're not going to always feel great. You're not going to always feel like eating good. You're not going to always feel like exercising. You're not going to always feel like loving yourself or loving your partner for that matter. You're not going to always feel like being a mother. You're not going to always feel like being a father. You're not going to always feel like going to work. So you cannot rely on your feelings, right? So systems are created and were created to keep you consistent without overwhelming you or causing you fatigue. Systems create accountability that you can track effortlessly. Systems that you can embody, right? Repeatedly. You can recreate results again and again and again instead of chasing after momentary moments of pleasure. Because most people fall off, not because they lack desire, not because they lack inspiration or motivation. It's because they lack proven systems to carry them when their passion kind of dies down, dwindles, when their inspiration kind of dies down and dwindles. So, why can't you rely on inspiration alone? Somebody tell me, yes, they say beautiful, ashe, right? You cannot just rely on your inspiration alone. It can't be that. It can't be that. I learned that. I recently just put a transparent testimonial journey in my life, right? Because I made a commitment to myself. I don't always feel like coming live to teach master lessons. I don't always feel like teaching in my community. I'm not always inspired to do lessons. I'm not always excited to do things. But one of the things that keep me driven, one of the things that keep me consistent, me embodying the systems that I created myself. How can I be a mentor? Right? A successful mentor at that, okay? Because I'm real good at what I do. How can I lead by example and I'm not using my own examples and systems? Right? So it all starts with me. And I was very transparent. So these systems keep you consistent, right? So that's why frameworks exist. They exist to hold you through, hold you up, to support you in moments where motivation just disappears. And your nervous system tries to talk you back into you being comfortable. Because how many of you know your ecosystem of defense, which means your natural defense system, the way it's set up, if you are having thoughts that you don't want to do something, thoughts that make you uncomfortable, your body is naturally going to reject it. Meaning your nervous system is going to naturally reject whatever it is. So this why systems exist. A framework is like a spiritual memory muscle. Even when you're off center, even when you're off balance, it helps you to find your way back home. It helps you to remember your power within. It helps get you started. It helps get your rhythm back going. It helps gears your gear, right? Just like rubbering the engine system in the car. It helps you to get back into alignment, right? So, cycle of thought. What is thought? We have heard that thought is energy, thought is frequency, and all of those things are very true, but it goes deeper than that. Thoughts are your energetic blueprint. Say it with me, even if you don't type it in the chat. Thoughts are your energetic blueprint. Harmonious T, how are you, my love? Welcome in. You showed up at the right time for me. Thank you for this. Infinite gratitude. And it's the systems. It's the systems. However, I was actually excited today. I was full of motivation. My motivation was on 1,000. My inspiration is on 1,000, right? My vitality is on 1,000, but it's not always on 1,000. So this is one of the reasons why I make sure I show up. I'm showing up because I'm a priority. People prioritize what's important to them. And most of y'all need to reprioritize your priorities because you're nowhere on the list. I know who that was for. Somebody. So, thought. We're moving with the system. This is the proven system. Thought, emotion, feeling, action, results. This is the cycle. And the first thing is thought. Your thoughts are the energetic blueprint. Your energetic blueprint. They are the first creation before anything physical manifests. Everything that you visually see, that you audibly hear, that you can tangibly touch was first an energetic frequency that is in your beautiful vessel, that is in your beautiful head. And in order for it to materialize into the tangible thing, right, you have to feed it. You have to cultivate it. Nothing grows without cultivation. Nothing grows without you feeding it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the thought is the very first thing that begins the creation process before the physical thing manifests. They are the things that form your language, your belief systems, your subconscious mental programmings. Your thoughts set the direction of the path you're taking. Your thoughts create the experiences, bad, good, indifferent, or not. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hi, abstract mind. How are you, beautiful? Now, why is this important for you to know? Why is it important? Because I know there's a lot of pretend gurus. There's a lot of miseducated, misguided misfits that I call that is not only miseducating themselves, they are miseducating you, telling you that you should understand thoughts and thoughts as energy. There's a lot of people speaking from echo chambers, but there are not a lot of people who've mastered what they're teaching. And now my dears I am not one of them. Why is understanding what thought really is at its core? Okay, now I'm speaking, if you have healthy brains, if you are okay upstairs, right? And this is no disrespect to people who aren't, you know, right? Our brain processes anywhere from 60,000 to 80,000 thoughts daily. Can you just imagine how many thoughts that is going through your supercomputer? Your brain is your supercomputer. Wink, wink. That's a jewel for you. Your brain is a supercomputer. I know some people get brain and consciousness mixed up. Your brain and your consciousness is two different things. Your consciousness is what's embodied within your vessel. It is your connection to the infinite source of life. Your brain, however, is a supercomputer where all of your mental databases is, where all of your files are, where all of your mental programmings are that dictate what you say, how you say it, when you say it, why you say it, and where you say it. What you do, how you do it, where you do it, when you do it, and why you don't do it. So understand that your brain, your supercomputer processes 60 to 80,000 thoughts daily. And if you're unaware of what you're even thinking of, because most of us cannot sit with ourselves for 5 minutes without feeling like I should be doing something. So we get to fidgeting, we get to getting on our phones, we get to texting, we get to WYD, WYD people. We get to annoying other people. We get to annoying ourselves. We get to doing things that we had no business doing, no intention doing, because we don't really understand, and our body and our brains, your supercomputer, isn't used to sitting still. It is in the stillness where creation happens. It is in the stillness where awareness becomes awareness, where you become the observer of what you're doing. Because if you're not able to be aware of the default program, you're not able to change the default program. So, creating from a database called concepts, your thoughts are the commands in the center of your whole experiences in life, past, present, and future, right? What are the dangers of not understanding this? And this is one of the things I will constantly incorporate. And those of you who know me know that I also teach from three sub points, subsection. I tell you the deeper reason why, I break down what it is, and I tell you the dangers of not doing it, so you can understand the severity of what of the decisions that you're making and how it's affecting your everyday life. Not only you, but affecting your children. What happens when you're not aware, when you never sit still long enough to assess and process your thoughts? Because most of your dominant thoughts that is running your life, running your behaviors, is in the subconscious. You can't get there just by thinking. That requires a certain skill sets and meditation, which I teach in my All Things Mastery Infinity Circle. Okay? So what I share here is those three subpoints. What I share in my community, the people who know they ready to elevate, they get all the jewels, all the practices, all the techniques. They get the how to apply. Okay? Infinite gratitude. Hi, miss. How are you, honey? How are you, my love? So, you unconsciously, when you're not aware of this, peace queen, peace goddess, how are you? When you are not aware of your internal thoughts, and it's not to say you have to be aware of all 60,000. You just have to be aware of the dominant ones, because it's not the least dominant ones that's running your life. It's the dominant ones that's running your life. It is those things. You'll unconsciously recreate your past again, and get over and over. You will constantly repeat your past. If you never understand how to reprogram, this is why in the beginning I said I'm going to teach you how to escape the poverty program. because a lot of us are in poverty. A lot of us feel like we're loveless. A lot of us aren't in healthy relationships. A lot of us aren't having experiences and opportunities that we want because of these dominant, faulty programs. And until you learn how to reprogram them, your life is going to get worse. What is up with all of these people wanting to join the live? My goodness. Is there a way I can shut that off? They're getting a little bit distracting here, but I know why though, because this is real powerful. Let me drink some water for a moment, because I need to say that again. All right, let's get back into it. Y'all ready? Pop. Mm, mm. Reset in the room. Reset in the room. Clearing, clearing, clearing. Everything I do is with intention. Clearing. Do you know when you clap your hands, that is you clearing energy and frequency? So one of the techniques that I teach my mentees, and I have taught in the past, whenever you feel overwhelmed, anxiety, depressed, whatever it is, clap your hands a few times because it changes the sound frequencies that are in your environment. That's just a little side note. Okay, so back to thoughts and the dangers of not ever assessing your thoughts. You unconsciously keep creating your past, and that's not what you want to do, my loves. Okay, so let's move on. The next thing, so remember, we have thought, emotion, feeling, action, result, cycle. We are on the second one, and we're talking about emotion. And I know there's a lot of echo chambers, there's a lot of parakeets that's telling you, oh, you gotta have emotional IQ. It's all about emotional IQ. Emotional IQ is at the center of every healthy relationship. No, it's not. Emotional intelligence is very important, but there's a lot of people who are spewing misconceptions of what emotions is. Yes, emotions are energy, but they are so much more than that. How many of y'all need to understand that education is powerful? Knowledge is power, but it is only powerful when you actually apply it. So knowing that is not enough, and I'm here to teach you some things. God, how are you, my love? Right? So, what is the deeper meaning of emotion, right? Emotion, energy, and motion. We heard this. It's the frequency of your thoughts, the frequency in your neurological system, the frequency in your nervous system. Each motion carries a vibration that is either contracting or expanding. Just like if you put if you ever paid attention to like those who have wood floors or wood doors in the winter time, right? The frequency of the door, because everything is energy, it contracts. And when it's warmer, it expands. And when it's warmer, it contracts, right? So we need to understand that not only energy is in motion, each emotion carries a vibration that is either going to contract or expand within your reality, which means it is either going to polarize a thought or is going to shrink a thought. So when I said what you feed gains power, what you feed gains power, what you starve loses power. Once you start understanding how to reassess your dominant thought process, you can start starving what don't belong. You can start starving the thoughts that some of you have that says, oh, I'm not qualified. You can start starving the thoughts that says, oh, I'm never going to make that amount of money. You can start starving the thoughts that say, I'm never going to be a successful business owner. You can start starving do y'all understand what I'm saying? Y'all fill in the blanks, because only you know what you're struggling with, right? Can I get a yes, yes, yes? Can I get a yes, yes, yes? Can I get a yes, yes, yes? Can I get a yes? Can I get a yes? Come on now, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Remember, engagement, reciprocation. This is how we go. This is how we do. Thank you, Terry, for that. Thank you, Is that Saturday Moon? I like that. That's a beautiful name, by the way. Yes, 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 yes. We get it, right? Why is this important? We need to know the importance. We need to know am I being spammed or scammed? Why am I getting all of these invites? Okay, so why is this important? Emotions are your body's response. Emotions are your body's response to your thoughts. They are the responses to and what fuels your energy, what magnetizes things, the things, the thoughts in your head. So emotions are your body's responses to your thoughts. They fuel your energy field. How many of you know that you are a bioelectromagnetic being? We are magnetic beings. Your heart is magnetic. Here goes a little fun fact for you. Your heart magnetism is 1,000 times stronger than your supercomputer. Let me say that again. It is one of the reasons why we are not attracting what we want, because your heart center is closed. Your heart center is contracted. Why? Because you haven't learned what I'm teaching you now on how to expand it. The magnetism of your heart is 10,000 times stronger than your neurological system, your supercomputer. Why is that important? Because it is your neurological system that sends the thoughts out to the universe as what to give you, right? So that's just the signal, that's just the memo. It is the frequency and the magnetism of your heart that draws it to you. So if you ever wonder why you keep drawing bozos, clowns, and toxic people into your life, is because that's the magnetism that you have in your heart. If you wondering why you keep drawing missed opportunities and you keep missing opportunities and you're misaligned with things, it is because the magnetism of your heart is misaligned and or it is closed off. What are the dangers? What are the dangers of keeping your heart chakra closed? What are the dangers of not understanding your energy in motion, your emotions? Because emotions are different than feelings, right? Ignoring your emotions means that you will continually stay stuck with the past emotional residue. Let me say that again in a different way. Ignoring your emotions means you are staying stuck in an emotional residue from your past. This is why people say every time I take 2 steps forward, it's like I'm taking 10 steps back. Not only are you continually feeding your past, which keeps your past repeatedly recycled in your now, in your present, many of you are also telling the same stories of your past. And I say it all the time. The stories that you continually repeat are the stories that you will continually live. And the only reason you're telling a story is because it's in the past. So guess what? Every time you tell the story of how you was abused, every time you tell a story of how you lost everything, every time you tell a story of how you were manipulated, every time you tell a story of how you were scammed, every time you tell a story of how you didn't love yourself, every time you tell a story of how they didn't love you, it continues to be recycled and you continue to repeat it. So your moment, which is your present, never changes. And it also is going to dictate what you experience in the future. Alnisa, how are you, my love? Queen Code, how are you, my love? Y'all understand me? Somebody put yes, yes, yes in the comment section. Good thing I'm forgetful. I like that Saturday. I love that. I love that actually. I don't just like it. I love it. That was real. That was a good one. That was definitely a good one. I love that. I love that. Infinite gratitude for that. I do. I love that. Right? So we need to understand that ignoring your emotions mean you stay stuck in the past. You will continually operate from suppressed anger, from suppressed disdain, from suppressed um Damn it, I had the word right on top of my head. Mistrust, but it's not the word mistrust, right? You will continually stay stuck in grief, right? Powerlessness, right? Resentment, that's the word. Infinite gratitude, infinite source of creation. You see how that power works, how that dynamics work? I'm quite sure one of you have resentment in your minds and it transferred. That's how powerful we are. Telekinesis. Okay, okay, okay. I love y'all. I'm loving this. I'm loving the crowd. I'm loving the crowd. When you do not change your past emotions, when you're still harboring resentment, anger, fear, scarcity, right? This continually send mix match energies and signals to the universe. So then the universe really don't know what you want. And you heard what they say, well, you get what you get. You not only get what you get what you created. You get what you created, right? Because the universe, the universal language, God language, the infinite source of life creation language is what? What? Language cymatics. What is language cymatics? The study of sound. The universal language is also what? Symbols, symbolisms. Why you think symbols are all around you? Why do you think certain colors in the symbols are important? Why do you think gematria is important? Why do you think geometry is important? Why do you think astrology and astronomy is important? You understand what I'm saying? Victorious, how are you, my love? So please stop ignoring what you are feeling, because what you suppress grows. What you suppress reemerges, and it comes with a vengeance. So stop ignoring what you feel. And if you're unable to deal with it in the moment, don't put it off until next month, next year, next lifetime. Because I guarantee you it's going to come back with a vengeance. Every lesson that's presented to you, every opportunity that's presented to you, everything that's presented to you does a few things. It is going to test your mental strength. It is going to test your resolve. It is going to test your mental fortitude. It is going to test your power. Do you understand? Everything happens for you, not to you. Say it with me, my love. Say it with me. You don't have to write it in the chat. Say it with me. Everything happens for me. And a lot of y'all are so disgruntled by people coming into your life causing distraction and dysfunction when you really should be saying, thank you. Thank you that I didn't whoop your ass. Because if you came to me like you coming to me now and 20, 30 years ago, it will be a whole scene. Thank you, because what you're showing me that is I have evolved. How would you know that you elevated if you wasn't tested, if you was never given the experience? People come into your life for a few reasons. One, to reflect yourself. Two, they're going to reflect the version of you that you are currently are. Three, they're going to test you to see if you're ready for your next level. Just like in video games, you don't get to level 10 if you didn't pass level 2. And why would you want to cheat your way to the top? Because everybody, I guarantee you, this is not just something I'm saying. Everybody who cheat goes right back down to level 1. There is no, I ain't gonna wait for tell me, show me different. I won't wait, because that's physics. That's facts. So stop cheating you. Stop cheating you. Embrace the unknown. Lumpkin, how are you, my love? Welcome to the live. Melanin Mama, how are you, my love? Stop cheating yourself. Instead of reacting, wisdom says, let me pause. Let me recalibrate. Let me regulate. Because you know when you're reactive, I want you to keep this in your head the next time you fly off at the mouth, okay? Because I know a lot of our mouths are real slick, right? I know mine can be real slick, okay? That's just the Brooklyn in me. I know a lot of us are very reactive because that's the power we possess. However, I want to give you this perspective. The next time you find yourself overreacting, and I don't care what it is, it doesn't matter what it is. Please know when you do react in a way that not is the becoming or the embodiment of mastery, you just told that person that they are more powerful than you. Because anybody that can come into your life, that can come into your vortex, that can come near you and say whatever they're going to say. Now, I'm not talking about somebody physically laying hands, baby, because that's reciprocal. That's like parallel matching. Okay? We're not talking about that. We're talking about words being said. We're talking about certain things, certain actions that doesn't violate your physical. The next time you overreact, just know that you are powerless. Just know that you just indirectly, unknowingly gave that person power over you because what they did was so ambiguous that you was so weak you couldn't regulate yourself. So ask yourself your question. Are you powerless or powerful? Because you're going to do two things when you come of a certain age and mental state in this world. You are either going to be mastered or be the master. What I chose is to be the master because I'll be damned if just any old body come to disrupt my frequency without me telling them about face forward march, go. And then recalibrate. This is also what the embodiment of mastery is. This is what regulating your energy, i.e., your emotion, is. And the dangers of not regulating it, right? So we need to understand that. Okay, let's move forward. We got 3 more to go. Stick with me, stay with me. Come on, clap, 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 clap. Clap, clap, clap. Let that process, let that sink in. Let that sink in. Okay? Next, what we're talking about. We're on remember I told you I'm about to teach you the proven method, how to break that cycle of poverty, how to break that cycle of loneliness, how to break that cycle of not belonging, feeling not belonging, not knowing what to do, when to do it. I want to break that cycle in you. All of dysfunctions I want to disrupt. All of your dysfunctional thinking I want to disrupt. Right? So we covered the thought, we covered the emotion, now we covering the feeling. This is the magic, baby. Somebody put magic in the comment section. This is where the magic happens. This is where you change the results of your reality. This is where you create the experiences that you want to create. Alisa, yes, I see the magic. Type magic in the comment section because this where it gets magical. And if you're wondering why I'm dancing, because I know it works. 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 Okay. So y'all remember when I told y'all that your heart, right? The frequency of your heart, right, is 1,000 times stronger than your neurological systems networks, your neurons, right? And they're strong, powerful too. Trillions. But the heart is stronger. Now, whatever you see, a lot of people think that you have to feel excited, feel joy, feel bliss, feel happiness when you get the thing that you want, when the opportunity comes to you. When you attract the person that you wanted to attract, somebody say, no, 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 no. That's not how it works. That's not the universal law. The indisputable facts in quantum physics, which means the quantum world reality where everything exists. Just think of the quantum world like Toys R Us for adults, right? Think of the quantum field like Toys R Us. The way you the way you your access to the adult Toys R Us is through your heart frequency, through your feelings. Feelings are how you interpret over time. They become your emotional baseline. Feelings are the stories your body tells about what and who you are and what is possible or impossible. Do y'all understand that? Why is this important? Because if you don't understand that and now remember, I'm teaching you how to accelerate your creations, how to accelerate your goals, dreams, aspirations, and opportunities. You have to feel it. The stronger the feeling, the stronger the magnetism, the stronger the pull. Your heart is a giant magnet. It is a multi-dimensional, multifaceted magnet. What does that mean, Venus? That means this one beautiful, exceptional, extraordinary heart can be the magnetism of love, the magnetism of hate, the magnetism of disdain, the magnetism of mistrust, the magnetism of bliss, the magnetism of unrighteousness, righteousness, joy, peace, pleasure, right? It is multidimensional and multifaceted, and a lot of times it is working simultaneously, drawing, magnetizing multiple things to you. So if you never understand anything else, feel how you would feel if you had him or her in your life now. Feel how you feel if you had the money you wanted now. Feel how you feel if you was on that vacation now. Feel how you feel if you didn't have not a worry and you was unbothered now. Feel how it would feel if you didn't have to work for another boss for the rest of your life, if you could retire yourself now. Feel it, embody it, embrace it. I'm telling you, this is an irresistible, proven fact. 80% of my time, I am happy, joyful, blissful, dancing around, just sometimes for no reason at all, but for every reason at all. Because I know what I know. I didn't get to retire myself not using the same principles I'm telling you. I didn't get to a point where I no longer am in poverty. And I haven't been in poverty for years on top of years now. I didn't get to the point where I don't work for nobody but myself without these principles. I didn't get to having a bunch of supportive people, genuine people in my life without using these principles. Don't wait till you get the thing or you get the person. Feel how you're going to feel now. How does she look? How does she walk? How does she dance? How does she talk? I'm talking about this new version of you, not the old version, not the old identity you. I'm talking about the new identity you that has all the opportunities, that does what she want to do when she want to do it in righteousness, that can take care of her family. I'm talking about the person that can take care of their family, that don't have to rob Peter to pay Paul. I'm talking about the person that don't have to look at price tags. Woo! I'm talking about the person that can just get what they want when they want it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Good afternoon to you all. God bless you. Amen. Hi, is that? Oh, I can't see. Madu, did I say that right? All right. What is the dangers and why is it so important? Because feelings shape your identity. When you feel unworthy, when you feeling just like you don't belong, when you're feeling like you're not qualified, when you're feeling like you need to be validated, that's what determines what you accept. That determines what you pursue. That determines, pardon me, what you repel. A lot of us are repelling the most beautiful opportunities that we can ever experience because you are so closed off, because you so deep and so far in your past, you couldn't see the damn future of a beautiful you, a whole new you. If you have 5 pair assistants on, this is what I call my assistants. If you have 5 assistants, and that, my loves, that has to change. Okay? All right. Do y'all understand? Somebody put a yes in the comment section if you understand. Because I never want you to come to any of these live masterclasses in which I offer to you invaluable techniques, tools, principles, practices that can change your entire life, just like it changed mine, just like it changed others. I know y'all here. I know y'all see some of these people living their best life. I know y'all hear people talking about how they spent $350,000 on a coach. Any of y'all familiar with what's his name? Myron Gold. He's a phenomenal coach at business strategy using well, I don't really like that other part, so I ain't gonna say it. But he's a phenomenal strategist. Do you know that people pay him? People pay him $350,000 to spend one day with him. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying. Anyway, welcome in. For those of you who are new here, welcome in. I love you and I'm excited. I hope you are excited too. I hope everything is working phenomenally in your life. I am Venus. I am an expert self-mastery mentor and educator. I've been teaching self-mastery for 15 plus years. I'm a best-selling author with 4 books currently. If you're ever interested, a lot of things that I teach, I also put in my books. Click the link in my bio, wherever it is or whatever platform you are viewing this from, because I'm streaming on multiple platforms right now. If you're ever interested, go grab something, invest in yourself, make you a priority. Okay, stop using excuses and justifications as to why you're not elevated. Invest in yourself. Stop being scared to talk about currency. If you knew what currency was and if you was in alignment with it, you can do like me and other people and not even look at price tags. When you go somewhere, you get it because you want it. Simple. Okay, you experience what you want to experience. You say no when you want to say no. You say yes when you want to say yes. Okay, so please stop making excuses for yourself. People pay attention to what they pay into. And a lot of you are not paying into yourself, so you're not paying attention and you're paying for it. If I can say that again in the exact way I would, good thing I hope that recording was caught, because that's one that's going to go up for the books. We spoke about thought, we spoke about emotion, we spoke about feeling. This live masterclass is about escaping the poverty mental dominant program that you have. And right now, I am teaching you a proven formula that I curated and created called thought, emotion, feeling, action, result. This is the cycle that creates everything that you experience. So we spoke about thought, we spoke about emotion, we spoke about feeling. Now we're on the action. This is what's this the information is also very important. What is the cycle of action? As always, I give my 3-point method. What is the deeper meaning? What does action mean? Action is a thought and feeling that is in motion. Action is what you do. Action is how you act upon anything. Okay? The prefix for action is act. Your action, your acts determine your actions, and your actions create that loop. Action is thought, feeling, and emotion. It is the embodiment of what you believe, what you think, and how you feel, not just what you say. This is why you don't get what you say, you get what you embody. I'm going to say that again, and I'm going to say it slow. This is why simply speaking affirmations will never work. Hear me good. This is why simply doing meditations isn't going to work. This is why simply doing vision boards isn't going to work. Right? Why is this important? Actions is thought and feeling and motion. You do not get what you affirm every day, even though that helps in the process. You get according to what you embody. Your results are predicated upon what you embody. So if you embody negativity majority of the time, if you embody toxicity majority of the time, if you keep filling yourself with low frequencies, i.e. listening to certain artists, if you are watching certain movies and symbolisms, they have hidden symbols in them. If you are feeding yourself things that is not healthy for your body more than you are feeding yourself things that are for your body, this is what your reality is created from. So you don't simply get what you say you want. You don't simply get what you think you want. You get according to what you embody. Richard, welcome in, my love. Uncle Rome, how are you, my love? Why is this important for you to know? I'm not even going to tell y'all what the embodiment means. What embodiment means. It means your vessel embodies your soul. You're not the body. You're not the avatar, even though it's so beautiful. Your consciousness, your body, your vessel is what embodies your consciousness, your power, your will, your drive. Why is this important? Your aligned actions bridges the gaps between your inner world and your external world. This is where we get into the science of esoteric and exoteric, internal, external. Everything that happens internal is everything that happens externally is a reflection of what happens internally. Without action, there is no physical result. You can think just like ting ting, run ting ting, polo ting ting. You can imagine yourself running all you want to. You can imagine yourself walking all you want to. You can imagine yourself rich all you want to. You can imagine yourself getting up, going to the bathroom if you want to relieve yourself. You can imagine yourself dressing in a certain type of way or getting a certain thing if you want to. But if you don't get your ass up and walk and go and get and do, ain't nothing going to happen. If I want water, if I know I want water, no matter how much I visualize how it's going to quench my thirst, how I'm going to be fulfilled, how I'm not going to have dry mouth and anymore. If no matter how many times I say I want some water, it don't matter the reason. Okay, people drink water because they need water and because they thirsty. Okay, it don't matter how much I visualize it. It don't matter how much I journal it. It don't matter how much I affirm it. If I don't get my ass up, well, I'm not literally gonna get up right now because the water is right near me. So let's say if I don't reach my hand over here and grab my cup and put it up to my mouth. Guess what? I am not going to feel satisfied like I feel now. Because a minute ago, I was thirsty. And I didn't just say I was thirsty, I didn't just think I was thirsty. I literally had to act. I literally had to align this straw with, and just like that, guess what? My thirst is quenched. It is the very same principle you need for whatever it is. In order for there to be action, you need to act, my love. You need to do. You need to get moving. Aligned action bridges the gap between your inner world and your outer manifestations. Without it, ain't nothing popping. Ain't nothing popping. Ain't nothing popping, ain't nothing cracking, ain't nothing moving, ain't nothing shaking. You have to act. You have to take action. And don't think if you don't take action that it's not an action. Non-actions are just as powerful as active actions. I'm going to say that part again because I can actually remember that. Don't think if you don't take action that's not an action. Non-actions are the equivalent to the same principles of acting. Well, I just, y'all get it. I ain't say it verbatim, but y'all get it. The recording caught it. Okay. So dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. Somebody say dangerous, 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 dangerous. The dangers of not applying because y'all need it to be real. Y'all need it to be real. Because psychology says most people learn by hitting their head against the wall until it's split. I don't want that to be you. You don't have to keep banging your head against the wall. You don't have to keep falling. You don't have to keep going down all these loopholes and doing shit that you know you shouldn't be doing. If you do not apply action, which is getting into alignment with what you want, you'll stay stuck in cycles of intention with no execution. I don't care how many times you think about running on that treadmill, baby. You ain't going to lose no amount of weight if you don't get up and walk somewhere. Or you'll continually take misaligned actions that is rooted in fear, right? Mistrust, disdain, scarcity, lack, distortion. A lot of us experience distortional thoughts that are misaligned with how we want to live our future. Twain, how are you, my love? Twin, how are you, my love? Right? So we need to understand that. It's important. All right? Moving right along. This is the last part of it. We spoke about thought, we spoke about emotion, we spoke about feeling, we spoke about action. Now this is the result. This is where whatever you're doing, this is the reason why. Results are reflections. Everything that has happened into your life is a reflection of what you're causing. And if you never take responsibility and accountability, I'm talking about real responsibility and real accountability, and stop having conversations about racism. Stop having conversations about who is native to the land. Stop having conversations of why there's racism and why the systems were created and why they do what they do. Let's stop talking about presidency and all that. It is what it is. But the only person that is determining the results of your reality is you. What they say, period, point blank, period. Results are your reflections. The results, your actions, is what's being mirrored back to the quality or inequality, equity or inequity of your thoughts, emotions, feelings, and your behaviors. They are not random. They are by design. And who is designing them? You. You're designing everything. You are the co-designer. You are the co-creator. The reason that I say co, let me give you this little side note, is because if you think that what people do or what you do don't have an impact on what other people do or what the collective is, as far as the universe and nature, you are mistaken. Your results tell you what's really happening in your subconscious. Your results that you can literally see, because I'm sure your bank account and them digits ain't lying to you. So we're not gonna act like we don't see that we don't have enough money. We're not gonna act like we're not lonely and we don't want to be lonely without companionship. We're not going to act oblivious like we love some of the jobs that we're in that we know we don't. We're not going to act like we're stupid and foolish, deaf, dumb, and docile. So we're not going to play those games. We're not going to play those games. Your results tells you exactly what's happening in your subconscious, not nobody else's, yours. So if you're not manifesting what you desire, your inner program is what's out of alignment. Ashe, you don't want to hear the dangers of that. You'll get to the point where you continually judge your life without ever understanding the root causes of why your life was the way it was. A lot of people get to the end of their life experience here on this realm full of regrets, full of I wish I did, I shoulda, I coulda, full of regrets. Don't let that be you. Don't let that be you. You're not the exception. You're not the exception. No one is excluded from universal laws and principles. Don't let that be your life. And don't think that you are overage. Don't think that you are underage. Don't think that you are not qualified. Don't think that you are not seen and not heard. Don't think anything that would just distract you or is the opposite of you being a beautiful, conscious co-creator, the designer of your life, the designer of your reality. Don't let not even your lower self convince you otherwise. You don't want to get to that point and judge yourself. You don't want to feel like a failure. You don't want to feel like you didn't do everything that is in your power to manifest, create the experiences not only for you, but from your family. That requires certain things from you and of you. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? So we went through thought, we went through feeling, we went through action, and finally we went through the results. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Now, for those of you who are here, for those of you who stuck around, I do have a gift for you. Okay? I do have a beautiful offer. I do have a beautiful offer because we're about to hit until next time. Okay? I have a beautiful offer. The master training that I am promoting, my last master training, it is called Energetic Cells and Magnetic Money Master Training. Not only do you get the master training, but you gain lifetime access into the All Things Mastery Infinity Circle, where you can personally get mentored by me along the way. Okay? That is my magnetic offer to you. That is a bigger thank you for sticking around. The original exchange was $197. However, I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes. And for those of you who are really serious about it, those of you who are really serious about changing your life, I sliced the investment down to $49. So you have 10 minutes to invest in your future. You have 10 minutes to gain access, personal access to me. You got 10 minutes to click the link in my bio and go grab the Energetic Sales and Magnetic Money Master Training for $49 instead of $197. 10 minutes is all you get, and I don't think I'll ever do it again. Okay? So if you gotta borrow from someone to change your life, you got about 9.5 minutes right now to do so. It is the first link in my tree, a big blue sign that says Energetic Sales and Magnetic Money Master Training. You got 10 minutes, okay? So I understand that affirmation plus activation equals accelerated transformation. And right now, if you have this wonderful opportunity, don't pass it up. And I'm not here to convince you. We embody, we rise, and we elevate. We master self over here. Now, some of you want to know, how are these master trainings going to help solve your issues? If you sat here until this point, you already know I have the science behind what's going to help you solve your issues. Okay? You already know. I teach you how to change and reset your biofield. I teach you how to rewire your neurological system. I teach you how to shift from chasing to being a magnet to whatever you want. All the lesson comes with hands-on training. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, that makes a big difference, right? That makes a big difference. No calls right now. I thought I put you on do not disturb. Why are you popping up? There are certain things that you need that is going to elevate your life. Don't be mistaken. Do not be mistaken. Anything you ever want to master, you're going to have to get in alignment with someone who have mastered the things that you want to master. No, all masters have a master. I'm telling, not as master in servitude, being just a doormat. I'm talking about someone that can teach you how to effectively, efficiently do things or reach a mastery level without being broken, bruised, re-traumatized, or going down these infinite loops of past traumas. Okay? So what is it now? 7 more minutes. I am giving you 7 more minutes to invest in your future. And that is all you're going to have. $49 in investment, a very small fraction. Now, I didn't slice the price in half because it is not valuable. I did this today because I just felt like doing it, because I understand that a lot of people are under financial strain. And I also understand that some of y'all who are under financial strain, y'all are willing to do the work. Y'all don't just want no fluff. Y'all tired of the fluff. Y'all tired of the lies. Y'all tired of all of these things. Y'all tired of people leaving you in the wind. Those are the few people that I'm giving this access to. Those who are willing to do the work. Ashe? So y'all have 6 more minutes now to grab the training. Click the link in my bio. It'll lead you to the very first tab in my link tree. Once you click on the links and you will see it, you don't need to put in those special codes. It is already set for you. Okay? Now, does anyone have any questions? Do you have any questions about the live? Do you have any questions about what I taught? Do you have any questions about the formula? Now is the time to take advantage if you're not one of the ones that is investing in the training. No shade. Absolutely no shade. All right, we got 5 more minutes on the clock. 5 more minutes. 8, 9, 10, 13. Okay. 5 more minutes on the clock. Is this a book? It is also, I also have a book, but I'm talking about the master training. The book I think is $17.99. The master training is $197, which I'm offering it for $49 tonight. So it's not the book, but it is a book. Women only. I forgot to tell y'all that part. Thank you, Lumpkin, for saying that. All Things Mastery Infinity Circle is exclusively for women. But the book you can absolutely get. The training you can still get. You just won't be able to come and have access to the community that we have. But you can get the training. So even though you won't come inside the community, you will still have the recorded training, the embodiment exercises that come with it. You still get all of that. So it's better to get the training, the master training, instead of the book. Because the book is just, especially for those who don't like reading. I'm a lover of reading. The master training is the better investment. So you get everything else outside of access to the community. That's exclusively for women. That was a really great question. Thank you for asking that. Because I oftentimes forget to mention that. However, you can still get the training. The training you get access to. And if you have any questions as far as accessing the training, just let me know. DM me or email me. All of my information is in the link in my bio. Oh, thank you, love. I appreciate you for that. Infinite gratitude, nurse. Infinite gratitude. Oh, most times. most times. There are some times that don't require grace. There are some times that require the warrior that lives inside of me, that lives inside of us all, as our ancestors were. However, infinite gratitude. I deeply appreciate your compliment. Oh, let me unplug this because my phone is heating up. Okay, I think we running. I think it's like maybe 2 minutes or 1 minute left. One more minute. One more minute. One more minute. Are there any other questions that you have, my loves? Are there any other questions that you may have? Patronizing now. Is this training online now? Uh, what do you mean, my? Once you invest in the training, okay. So the training, I do believe, is inside the community. That's why when you invest in it, I want you to DM me so I can send you the recorded training. They're a total of master lessons within that training and 6 embodiment exercises, and you also get the book included. That's why I said it's not worth just getting the book. It's worth getting a training because you have the recorded master lessons and you also have the book to go with it. However, if you are a male, you're not allowed in the infinity circle. So you would, once you invest in it, I'll see that you purchased it. I can see your name if you are a male or female. Most times, I am going to send you the master program personally. So yes, it's available. It is available right now. Absolutely. All right, one more minute for you for this offer, $49 instead of $197. And I'm going to change the price. If there's anybody that is wanting to invest in it, please let me know now because I'm about to change the price back to the full price of $197. Is there anyone that needs me to wait a little bit longer? I am definitely going to honor my offer. Going once, going twice, going 3 times, 'cause I'm nice. Going once, going twice, going 3 times because I'm nice. One more time. Going once, going twice, going 3 times because I'm nice. All right now. Okay, there we go. Yes, I know, Chef. I agree. Investing in myself was the best thing I've ever done. Shayna, how are you, my love? Is it Shania? Shania? It's a beautiful name. Woo, Alisa! I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Welcome. Welcome to All Things Mastery Infinity Circle. Make sure you pay attention to the following emails because you do have to request access, and I'm going to give you access. So please keep in mind that I live in Thailand. I'm no longer in the United States. So please give me at least 24 hours to accept your request into the All Things Mastery Infinity Circle. Congratulations, Alisa. We welcome you with open arms and give you big hugs. I cannot wait to explore this journey with you and with the community. So just please give me 24 hours because it is 11:15, close to midnight here in Thailand. Okay, I'm no longer in the United States. I am either 8 hours or 12 hours away ahead of certain states in the United States. I'm not in the United States anymore, but I look forward to seeing your request, accepting your request. So make sure you pay attention to the following email because it is going to give you step by step on what you need to do to get access into the community. Also, to get access for the energetic sales and magnetic money master training. Congratulations for investing in you. Congratulations for investing in you. That is awesome. I love seeing people prioritize themselves. I absolutely do. It is the greatest reward for me exchanging what I do is seeing people that want to get to their next level, that understand that they've tried it by themselves. They tried doing it alone. They tried walking the path and they tried so many other mentors and coaches that just did not have the formula. So, congratulations to you, my love. We welcome you. All right. If there is no more questions, are there any more questions? Any more? Um, Anything that you want to say? Infinite gratitude for each and every one of you. Infinite gratitude for you showing up for you because that's what you did. You showed up for you. And only people, what I know, me, I know who I am. I know the level of mastery I possess, that I embody. I know that I vibrate on higher states of consciousness. And the only way you are here is because you are vibrating on that same level in this space, in this moment. For as long as you are here, you are vibrating where I am. Another golden nugget is that is also called quantum leaping, quantum jumping. Whenever you are raising your level of consciousness, you are time jumping, you are timeline jumping. So when you hear people say who know what they're talking about, it's real simple. It really is that simple. You elevating your frequency is the difference from you being certain versions of you that are existing simultaneously down here or up here. And I know I'm up here. So if you are anywhere near my vortex, I know you are also right here. So congratulations. You just timeline jumped. You just quantum jumped. You just quantum leaped without you even knowing it. And that, my love, is a golden nugget. I hope you remember, because it really is that simple. When you start to understand second level, embody third, know it until you can repeat the process, no matter what level you're in, no matter what season that you are in. Okay? Craig, how are you, my love? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So, infinite gratitude to each and every one of you. Infinite gratitude. Went through Don't Meet group chat. Okay, it went through. So, hold on. Let me write your name down so I can remember right now. Chad, are you comfortable with giving me your first name so I can look in, so I can snatch your email? See, oh, okay, Chad. Is Chad in, and is Chad the name that's a part of your email? Okay, good. So please, infinite gratitude for you. Woo! We celebrate you. Infinite gratitude. I celebrate you for investing in you, for saying yes to you, for making sure that you are your numero uno on your priority list. Okay, just please give me 24 hours to respond, and I'm going to personally send you the master training with the companion book and the embodiment exercises. And because you invested in you today, I'm doing something a little bit more special just for you. I am going to allow a one-on-one 30-minute personal session with you and I, which let me write that down too, because I'll add one-on-one personal session. So when I send you the master training within that email, it is going to give you an opportunity to choose a day and a time according to my availability, because I also have personal clients that I work with, and the community, there's things that I'm doing, and you will respond to that email and we can set up a one-on-one. See, listen, you never know what you're going to get when you show up for you. When you show up for you, the universe is going to rearrange some things in your favor. I didn't have to do that. And also, I also don't have to say this, but I'll say it anyway. People pay for my advice. They invest for my advice. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm blown away by the amount of people who have trusted me to be a part of their journey. Okay? And that that's just another additional offer that I gave to Chad, just to honor him for making an investment into himself. Just like I felt like doing something special for the collective, because I ain't going there. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Anyway, Infinite gratitude, okay, for you all spending your personal time with me, sharing your beautiful energy with me, showing up. Again, my name is Venus Scott. I am a self mastery expert. I teach all things mastery. I teach quantum physics, quantum mechanics, genetics, energetics, all things self mastery. I teach you how to rewire not only your dominant mental programming, but your nervous system and all the other things that can help you get into alignment to create the experiences that you actually want instead of living a life where you absolutely wouldn't choose to live it if you had a choice and say so. And you do have a choice and say so. Most times I come live every other Sunday, every Monday evening and every Wednesday evening. And occasionally I'll do pop ups just to check in on you to see how you are genuinely doing. So when Monday evening, not Monday evening, pardon me, let's retract that. Monday risings and Wednesday risings at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is my nighttime. I come and I do these live master classes every week, and I give you as more than I set out to do, because I genuinely love you, because I love myself. And you are me and I am you, and we are we. And together we are powerful, divided we are powerless. And we do not operate like that over here. So when I tell you I genuinely love you, I do. When I tell you I genuinely want you to recreate your reality, not only just for you, but your family, I genuinely do. Because the more of us that elevate, the more of us that rise in higher consciousness states, the better we get and the better the world gets. Because no one, like I said in the beginning, can violate universal laws and principles. So when we get it together, we get it together. Ashe, infinite gratitude.